going to add me to the stage. Hello, everybody. Again, it's my Sundays, kind of usually when I crime in. All of my paperwork is sold for another busy week. So I'm working, right? And I just so happen to look and I'm like, okay, well, the comments come on. Well, let's do your comment, Dana J, AKA BooKum. Okay, let's do your comment. But it's one in particular that I really want to get to. And that's this one down here where you see me pointing at. Miss Galatius. Miss Galatius. At first, it wasn't to be expected, Galatius. But now, since it has come to light, it is very well much to be expected about how of a hideous person you are. And before I get into this post with BooKum, hi, Cookie Love, hi. Just seeing you type behind the comment of BooKum compared to what I have in here, right? Pertaining to some of the people out here on YouTube in our conversations. Now, before you even try to open your mouth and think about it, we both know that there's going to be some things in here that I have between you and I about a catfish, which bluntly, you should know by now that I don't give a fuck about. You should know that, right? So those conversations, yeah, I can look past those, right? But when it comes to BooKum, and you're over there coattailing this ninja, you got your pom-poms on, like you, what, cleaner? So I have an option, just one to think about now. And when it was first said, I kind of overlooked it. But you were down in Chicago. Guess now it's time for that story to come alive, right? Before BooKum Boy actually, lay in the bed with you. But keep in mind, he surely appreciates you being in the green over there, taking your money. He don't mind about that. So he's not going to care one bit about the posting. As long as your money comes in to, for his pockets and keep you a little warm seat to be somewhere out here in the BS going on, right? Behind the scenes. And I know that you works behind the scene because, baby, the way you was working this phone here, but we're not going to go there because this isn't about catfish and Galatius and Pap. So it's more so about BooKum Boy, right? And laughable about how you sitting over there riding that boy's dick when you just as hideous and demotic. So I guess that's probably where you belong, right? It's probably where you belong. But let's not forget where a lot of the information, come from. Let's not forget about in my phone where it lies, the things that you have said and done, pertaining to him. So I guess my question for you would be, were you sent down there as an op? Were you sent down there by BooKum to be a whole freaking distraction in Chicago? I'm probably going to answer that as yes, because of the actions that I see you are partaking in with BooKum. I'm going to have to say yes to that. Unfortunately for you, it didn't work too long on Papoose. Yeah. Didn't take me too long to out here on these YouTube streets to get your motherfucking ass away from me. Didn't take long on that, did it? No, it didn't take long for me to catch up on, and the sis bullshit this and sis bullshit that. I appreciate you bought some of the Pap leggings and things like that. But had I known that you are the most hideous person, one of the hideous persons out here, I'd have pretty much wished you'd have never bought any of that shit. I really do. I really do. But let me enlarge my screen because BooKum, when it comes to one papoose, don't lose your mind. Don't lose your mind on my opinions, on my perception of things. Don't fight other people's perceptions because they don't align to yours. It just doesn't look good. It looks like, you're when you fight other people's perceptions, which what they believe is their truth about what's happening, it only shows more guilt on your side. See, sometimes you just got to chop shit up and just let it ride. It is what it is. Even though we know you got this ego thing about you, well, ain't nobody gonna lie on me. It's a whole lot that's been said about me that I don't even have to address. I let a lie be a lie with your gullible ass. You are one gullible ass nigga. It is what it is. Now, in your post that I responded to, right? I'm not concerned about the other person's comment because he has the right to comment on something. But that Galatians girl, yeah, you keep her very so much close to you, probably as your backdoor handler that's feeding you a bunch of information, can over there looking up shit and doing this. And don't say that that's a lie because I know that she does it. And I got rid of her ass being around me over here. You're toxic too, Galatians. You're a toxic ass bitch, period. We're going to call your shit out. And I'm not going to be here long doing so. But BooKum, you says here that you got a question for me. And I normally don't respond to you because I can give 2 or 3 fucks about your damn answer. I also going to read my response right back at you, and I meant every word that I said, except for I forgot the period to actually say that no matter what you're doing for an R. Kelly, I really don't give a fuck because I know the truth. I know how all of this shit works. And the shit that you're doing and saying and putting together, slide screening, going over, it ain't gonna free him. Period. I got a question for you. Whose story did I regurgitate? Well, if it sounds like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it is a duck. There's a whole lot of shit out here that you have actually repeated of others and switched it up just a little bit to make it sound like it was your first entitlement or your first narrative to say. Everybody that was somebody out here had a whole goddamn story that would sound so good to have them aligned next, shoulder to shoulder to an R. Kelly. And I believe that it was questionable about out here. Well, if you're saying that you are so much into this circle, or you're the only one that knew this and the only one that knew that, that only plays out 2 ways for me. Since you know everything and you know Mr. R. Kelly the way that you do and nobody else does, is that, yeah, you could have possibly been one of the stooges that decide, to drop certain information out here to give the federal bureau a guideline of looking into some things. That's one option. The second option is, like I stated in my post, when you want to have this shine light because you did X, Y, and Z with the R. Kelly. Granted, you have that one little picture that matches the same one that Sylvia has out with Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. You strategically set your plan, your motive up. This is my opinion, and I am entitled to it. Over there, coming out with phases, staging it, or whatever, to capture the particular audience that you need to make you become who you are still trying to become. Somebody. But over here, when I'm looking at Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly fighting for his life, none of what you were trying to do, how you did it, don't mean jack shit to me. Thirdly, and if you are and you were in this inner circle and you're knowing him or this or that, as it is stated out here, he shouldn't be the only one in the prison system. Maybe all of you all. And that's how I feel. I align myself with the people to say that, you know what, if he goes down, then God damn it, everybody goes down because you played a part into it. But let me go into reading. Let me finish reading this. When I was the first one to bring all of who, because there is nothing about a Dana J that brought a one pap into shit. Not a dog fight, not feeding the birds, or throwing meat to the alligators. So maybe you need to clean that up, because ain't no all of you, the inside story of what's going on. When phases to the next, as I actually mentioned to her, invited you over there to start telling your not one, two, but three series of some bullshit about R. Kelly's life. First of all, who authorized that? Who authorized you to come out here to start narrating and book playing out this man's life? See, they said that R. Kelly is dyslexia. However, his mouthpiece was still working. He could have told his own damn story. Matter of fact, he told his story on that 19-minute song and the other song. That's not good enough for the people. Dissect that and let it be what it be. But no, you're over here with all of these details about this woman and this woman and this woman and this man and this man. Things that R. Kelly just never told. But you felt that you were the man to be out here pointing out every freaking letter from the alphabet about this man. And you call yourself a friend. Okay, fine. Did you mean to say all of those folks has regurgitated all of what I've been saying? To a certain extent. A lot of it is some shit that you added on to what they were saying, or you remanufactured it up, or you just made it up. But that's my opinion. These are your storylines. These are not R. Kelly's storylines. They're all yours. You put the playbook out here. Well, R. Kelly was this, and R. Kelly was that, and R. Kelly was this, and R. Kelly was that. I ain't heard shit about R. Kelly from his own mouth saying any damn thing. To me, that aligns with being a snitch. Why are you talking so much before that man has had any time or has had an opportunity other than being in court when they asked if he wanted to take the stand? Why are you? Oh, you felt because they muted him. That means that allows you to speak on it. Where does it state that? Show your receipts where it says that BooKum will now be the spokesperson for R. Kelly. Where is it? We're going to get into some of this other shit that you're saying that is true pertaining to this or to that. However, but that's not how, not one, not two, but three freaking attorneys didn't present it. They didn't present it your way. But yet then, you were on the phone with two of R. Kelly's attorneys. Why didn't you ask them that? Why did they not present the case the way that you see the case, right? Because you know every stepping stone so that they can win and have freed R. Kelly. I'm trying to understand. I can't make sense of that book. I've tried a couple of years now, but I gave up on it. Did you mean to say all of those folks has regurgitated all of what I have been saying? You can't say anything about regurgitating shit because you were not around. And you're absolutely right. However, not being around does not exclude from recognizing a bullshitter. You don't have to be around to know if someone is a bullshit. Someone who is literally just stretching and telling the stories or whatever to persuade an audience not to recognize R. Kelly, but to recognize you from being the person of telling someone else's damn life. But if I can recall, when all of these people were out here, right? And they're trying to tell your life. Can you imagine, or do you remember how upset you got about that? Now, can you imagine R. Kelly not having that same type of emotions with someone else trying to tell their life? Because you reacted to that, right? And it's only probably a matter of time. Maybe R. Kelly will write a memoir, a book or so, and included you in there, you know, based on some of the things that you were saying. Just maybe. I'm just saying. You was not around to know who regurgitated it or who started anything. I can bet you, had I been down there and watched how you ran behind that sprinter to get on there, I'd have probably been standing on the back in the curb laughing my ass off at you, because I cannot imagine that someone who is saying that they are allegedly a godson got left on the curb. Now, I know you delivered a whole different story about it. And oh, and there wasn't enough room and blah, 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 blah. But the son, all of those other people that climbed up in there was a little bit more important than the son? Or was it that he just didn't need people that wasn't around on the regular at that moment, and deciding who to trust and who not to trust? Who's up in here just soaking up information to bring back to the internet? I think that I would raise my hand, especially after all of the talking that you have been doing, as you say, for R. Kelly, right? Or as how it looks for R. Kelly, right? To say that you wasn't going to be one of those purpose, because you done brought everything back to the internet. Those people that got inside of that bus and that sprinter over there, I didn't see them come back to the internet and doing a whole bunch of womp, 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 womp about that man's life. Can you imagine? Do you know that the story would have came from you had you got in that sprinter? You know that you'd have put that story out, right? About what went on in that sprinter from that, well, where they coming from? The courthouse or him, think that was the bond or whatever, when, yeah, that day. You know that day, right? Y'all new folks makes my ass itch. Trying to insert yourselves in business y'all know nothing about. Now, I guess I can understand that, because when a person is out here trying to put their persuasive perception out here on people, and there's a different perception from another person being had, and they want to put their opinion out here, and it goes up against what you're saying, absolutely, you would be upset, and it would definitely probably make your ass itch, because you only want to establish and make your point and believable, make it believable to the people, because you're the only one that wanted to do the speaking out. I get that. That's a strategic fucking move. I get that. There's a normal reaction to that, of being upset, wishing and hoping that the other people would just STFUP and let BooKum do all the freaking talking. However, that's not the world that you live in. It doesn't work that way, especially when we're out here living in a world where it's perception versus perception. What you see, what you say, what is probably what you believe. And what I see and what I say is just may come out a little bit tad differently against the shit that you're speaking on, period. See, I get that I probably make your ass itch. I get that I probably have made your ass itch for the last 5 freaking years, but you're not the only one. That's the bright side to it. The downside to all of this is, if there is something that is questionable, because of my perception of the way that I'm reading this or the way that I'm seeing things play out, then I have the right to question it. What? And of course, expect the reaction that you're having right now to happen, which is your ass is itching. I wish this beer shut the hell up. I get it. But let's go to my response as I did. And I had never planned on ever responding to you as long as I'm out here on YouTube, because this is the same reaction that I got from you when I tried to call into your show and question you again about some things that you were up there having a fantastic ball with those ladies, thinking that you were humiliating or embarrassing someone, right? But somehow I kind of also knew that this day would come. Now, this is not closing the chapter to me having shits and giggles because of shit that you say, right? That's not where we at. And I just want to get that clear to you, right? But I specifically tell you from my comment, go free R. Kelly. Because that's something that I'm not stopping, neither controlling what you do. Go on and do it. What I'm saying is, it seems to me that you missed your calling. You had two access to two freaking attorneys up there, right? That you had emergency contact to. You can ring them up all the time. But now that we see that those two attorneys failed on their mission, which I'll probably eliminate one, and that would be Doug Anton, because he wasn't in there to fight the same way that Stephen Greenberg or Kanik and what's the other, Bunjean and Farronell, all of them. He was the musician, attorney, or whatever, supposed to be making sure, to my understanding, something about the art of the music and the money pertaining to that, right? Okay, fine. You say you had the evidence. You got this. It wasn't this person. It was this person. It was this person. And you did a whole bunch of running back and forth down there to the federal building with your information or whatever. And why did they not take your emotions? Why did they not take your facts, your complaints, your this or that, and put it together and ran the trial the way that you see how it should have ran, based on all of your fucking evidence, and Mr. Kelly is out free? Hey, I'm just asking, not for anybody else, but for me, and it's sensible. It's crazy that you continue to try to have this particular type of fight of yours for R. Kelly, when in fact you're not even fighting this with what you have, with any professional help coming from no freaking law firm or to stand behind you to fight for R. Kelly. You just gonna try to do this on your own? I'll wait how many years you need, because I feel like I still got about 10, maybe 20 more years in me, even if I have to be sitting up here on this shit at 102. At 102, I think I'm still gonna have it in me. But I asked you, there is no way that somebody being left off the sprinter can claim that you were that guy. In what world? That's almost like saying that, and no disrespect to you right now at this point, that if that was your mom, because you said that this was your goddad, is coming out of the courtroom, loading up in a sprinter, right? And leaves the son standing mid-stride with a bag of chicken running down the street. Sometimes, most of the times, it's usually the family members getting in there, just like you saw with Sean Puffy Combs. When the sprinter pulled up, his entire family was in there. The sister, the brother, the cousin, the uncle, the niece, the nephew, all of them were in there. But see, those people that were in there were people that I believe is that he holds that trust bond in. So something just didn't work out too well for you with getting on that sprinter. And to me, what didn't work out too well was you sitting over there saying that nobody knows R. Kelly like you do, that you were the one that was in the circle, tied to his hip, the godson. Who leaves a person like that behind? Who? All of those other people that got inside that sprinter ended up gaining the most trust beyond R. Kelly to sit in a closed circle to discuss some stuff that was probably very fucking privately to discuss. And as of today, you have not heard none of those people that got into that sprinter come out here to discuss anything that was discussed or talked about in that sprinter. But had you to got in there, oh, it'd have been all out over here on YouTube. Oh yeah, you're a leaky faucet. And that right there takes the trust right away from a person. You sit tight, Galatians, because I ain't quite done with you. There's no way that during his release on bail, that guy you claim you are was not there. There is no way what a guy whom says been there would run their trap as much as you do. The fact that you sit your ass out here and continue to want to reiterate step by step by step by step about R. Kelly's life is hideous enough. That ain't no friend. That's a straight up snitch ball. Who authorized you? Who gave you that authority to do so? However, running your trap about Red, we remember Red, right? Because I know that is one story of yours. For some reason, that just sticks to me. Maybe because I kind of laughed at it far too long when I know that it would have come out to be something very seriously to not laugh at. And you announced out here with no proof, absolutely none, about R. Kelly being up in the trench, in the treetop, the VIP. He caught the flu. Something that people didn't even know, but you cared to share it. So carry on, because I'm going to show you where you want to have some clout and shine comes in that you could have exemplified it from your fucking story. But I get it. You had to plant your feet so that you can reel in all of these people because you applied yourself to the story. And if I'm in the story, it better be believable. Bullshit, bullshit. Anybody can make up a story, just like how you're over there with the Rashonda Landfair book, right? We all know that it might be 10% of facts up in there and 90% of some whole fucking fucked up detail and falsifying ass shit. That's just my opinion. However, R. Kelly was ill. You were there. Oh, and Kip was there. And he couldn't make it. So, of course, you went up into the elevator and went up to the room, let him know that, hey, we about to go shake that thing across the street. It's a strip club. It's some type of club going down, right? Sounds good, don't it? We get over there. Yeah, we met these girls, man. We took them back to so-and-so, man. We bang, shook it jive with them and blah, 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 and announced the names. And oh my God, turn on the news and the same two women is over there sitting with Gloria Allred. Now, Book, that's some shit you can't make up. Do you think that Gloria Allred would have gotten heed of those women had you not been out here running your mouth and somebody else grabbed the names, right? And then slid her an envelope, and then they went hunting down and searching out these freaking women to come out here to go on national news to make R. Kelly look bad, huh? And he do it in the shower. He got a towel and he made spit on my face. And that was I know the other girl, but still, what? Yet then, you still will not take any accountability for that. You think that what Gloria Allred is just they just stumbled up across it? No. See, when you give some leads, they will follow up on some leads. And that's how I think, in my opinion, that's how Red and all of them ended up on TV. I do. Now, you're not the only one that has supplied some information out here for people to grab, put it in an envelope, and send it off to somebody for them to do a thorough investigation. And of course, R. Kelly, being as rich as he was, right, they decided to jump on the bandwagon to make their story true. But you know what I was thinking though, BooKum? What if that would have pulled out and off the way that you probably thought it was? I just sit back and think, where if Red and them would have been able to suffice their story, and R. Kelly had no choice but to fold, and of course they get awarded a little bag. I used to sit and think, I wonder how much were they going to pay you? I'm just saying. I ain't saying that to be true. I'm just saying that's just was one of my goddamn, moments of thought. Like, what the fuck? Is he supposed to be getting some money out that bag if they win some money? I don't know. But the good thing about it is that they didn't. And I noticed that there wasn't much of a follow-up story coming from you pertaining to the women that you said that you partied with, while R. Kelly was up in the VIP home suite or somewhere with the flu. Isn't that crazy? God. But putting together a fan base, it doesn't make you the man. It makes you exactly what you did. The person who came out, wanted to support your guy, as you said, right? She's your guy, your stunt daddy, and put together some people to help come out to support R. Kelly through this time of need that he needed, right? Okay. My question to you is, why didn't you just leave it at that stunt? That stunt was working for you. That stunt alone was enough for you to have the clout that you were looking for. You became the man that put together these people and so on and so forth. But no, you had to assert yourself a little bit more deeper in it and become his godson. Now, the crazy thing about that is when you went on this fan base hunt, I heard on the curb that, of course, it started from the Facebook thing. I was just wondering, did you present yourself, I guess, to all of those people that you were R. Kelly godson, and they actually, after a little bit while, decided to ask R. Kelly, hey, is that your godson? And that pissed you off because you never probably thought that people who you entrusted in would turn their back on you to go behind your back to ask questions to R. Kelly about something that you thought that you had been already substantiated, right? Didn't need to be questioned, right? But they did so. They found out. You didn't like the answer that they got. Of course, it caused them to move into a different direction because that became your first chapter of lies. So now it's like, oh, well, if you, as you say in your own words, will tell one lie, then it's possible you will tell another one. So they distance themselves. And when they start distancing themselves, now, of course, here they are today. The itch in your ass. However, let's go on. My perception, as I wrote to you, of that matter only allows you to think that you were in that circle. Yes, you strategically planned on how to get close, inside, speaking to certain bodies. You did that. You did that well. Because these people also, according to my opinion, my perception, right, is that, R. Kelly probably acknowledged him very well in front of them, acknowledged you in front of these people that, hey, stand down. He's putting together this group. These people going to be out here fighting for me on my behalf, making some noise. So that gave you a ticket now to be inside of the circle. These people relied on you. These people gave you an ounce of trust. Okay, so now they comfortable. Start talking around you, saying this, regurgitating stories or something that they probably knew about R. Kelly from years and years and years ago. That BooKum was not there. Okay, and you got some of that. Now you come out here and position yourself to start regurgitating some of these stories. If that's the word that you want to use, then let's let it apply. You planned on how to get close inside, speaking to certain bodies, so that you can come out here all script up to sound convincing on the situation that you planned out. That's just my opinion, okay? Because frankly, I don't give a fuck how you planned it out and how you did it. You're not worth my time to put any more energy into that at all. As I continuously watch your crap, at the end of the day, you need to stop acting as if you were there at points, all the points, any time of that man's life, telling what you haven't heard. You tell what these people out here have not heard R. Kelly speak on at all. Once again, who hired you as that man's spokesperson to break down every period of his life? Who did that? Because they need to be ashamed of themselves, or they probably wasn't aware that you were going to come out here and attempt to have the shine off of R. Kelly's name to do what you're doing. Or maybe they did. Maybe they did. Except for you just kind of got goofy with it. You just got goofy with it. You wanted to mix Kool-Aid with, I guess, Pepsi. I don't know what's going on, nobody's. The first thing, as I told you, right, that's not a friend. That's a snitch. And that's my definition of it. I don't give a rat's ass about how you choose to swing it and shift it. I don't give a fuck. But over here, that's my definition of it. It's not a friend. What friend comes out to try to lay out the whole freaking map breakdown of this man's life when a lot of it wasn't even the argument in the court? Second of all, R. Kelly has not told it. But you feel like that you're the person to tell it. Like somebody's in the background paying you. And if they are, oh well, so be it. Sit tight, Galatians, because I'm going to get to you. Now, as I said to you, let's address you coming out first because you wanted to make that part of your exhibit, right? And I said, most opportunists does just that, especially if you've been in the kitchen cooking up a plan after you hear announced on national TV or read it in the paper, a king of R&B billionaire has been arrested. What? What do I believe? Yeah, I think after you caught whiff of that, whether if you had been in a circle 50 years ago or 30 years ago or whatever, here now becomes your opportunity. You can be all you can be now. Because at some point, as you stated, you were in the circle. Me, on the other hand, I can't understand how you're in the circle, but R. Kelly is the one that's locked up, and now you're on the outside. You're in a circle. As a matter of fact, if I go and pull out my notes, as I clearly wrote down word for word of what you were saying, I think that you stated that at one point you were somewhere also passing out badges, which could have been to allegedly some underage girls. But I have to go read my note to make sure, it's verbatim, which I highly doubt. I just like throwing some bullshit up in the game, just like how you throw bullshit up in the game. See how that works? But most opportunities does just that, looking for more than what it needs to be looking for. I will let that soak in, Dana J. The first thing about a motherfucker is that in your head, everyone is slow and crazy. No, boo-boo. Those are the ones that you really gotta, as they say, keep a little bit close to. Huh? No, the slow and crazy is, and I meant to slash it with R, the ones that you just can't easily dance around. They're the ones that you just can't easily throw them a dog because to you, they may look hungry. But to me, I'm full and waiting on that particular bone. It's not that complicated. Not at all. I know I can be bothersome, BooKum. Haven't you heard a bullshitter can't be bull if the other person has a little bit of bullshit in them too? It's quite difficult to do. It's kind of like saying that you're a bank robber and they're a bank robber, but you may feel that you can rob the bank better when you both have the same experience on robbing a bank. What makes you think that your strategic way of robbing a bank is going to be better than their way of robbing a bank when both of y'all rob fucking banks? It's okay. I went on to say that I'll leave you with this. You can't free R. Kelly. That's a fact. I don't give two shits about how you want to shine behind the R. Kelly story and the people that you can point out that is crazy or didn't follow through with you and let you be the godson, the king of the godson, and knowing this and knowing that. Because the way that I look at it, you shouldn't have been out here running your mouth just as much as you did. It wasn't your place to do so. And on the other hand, you have a contact with two of his attorneys who did not free R. Kelly based on all of the what you call relevant evidence that you claim that you have. What? Why not, BooKum? Why did they not use what you have, what you established, what you know? Why did they not use the tapes that you have? They're saying that that's not X on that freaking tape. Why? How is it that R. Kelly gets to sit up in there and you have the correct information to free him and no resources to hire anybody to stand behind your bullshit? I'm just asking. See, had I had my truth, like you're standing over there on your truth based on what you have and what you know and this or that, what you missing now is the money to push it. And everybody knows that you're going to need the power of resources to push that bullshit that you over there pushing. So since you missing the number to your problem, maybe you should go work on that. Maybe you should go work on that. Do a fundraiser. I don't know. You should go work on that. But you're missing part of your problem. That ain't going nowhere. You got the YouTube. You got the monetization. You got the cash out ringing down. You got the super chats, but that is only to benefit your channel, like you said. guys. Support the channel. Support the channel. Pretty much like what all of us says out here, because it's not really enough to do anything pertaining to hiring a team that R. Kelly actually needs to be freed. To bring a argument parable to your argument. Because you got the argument. You got the great argument. It wasn't him. He didn't do that. He was over here. And it was this people. There were other people. She lied on him. They over there. Then go prove it. You're mad that there was another guy out here that was trying to prove and tell these people about some of the criminal acts that was taking place on the people that was from the people that was locking them up, trying to lock them up. Got mad about that. Called out they shit. You got mad about the Don Russell down there doing so and so, 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 so and so. But that man sat over there on a channel with more documents of trying to prove who was all in R. Kelly's circle. For example, about who the homes, who the names were on the homes, who the cars belonged to in their name, who this one. You helped shut that down. You went over there with the ops. You joined in with them over there to help bring Don Russell down. When in fact, I never wanted to touch on this at all. You wasn't there, I believe, and hardly nobody else out here to know what the fuck R. Kelly discussed with Don Russell. What I do stand on is Don Russell took a detour to go do some crazy shit that he thought would help. Served his time on that. And what I will believe out here, and I don't give a rat's ass how anybody take this right now. Do I believe that him and R. Kelly just may have had discussions? But we don't know. Because that's part of the street game and part of the street code. But what did he do? Help push the fact that, and Don Russell should get locked up, and Don Russell did this, Don Russell that. BooKum did not supply you guys any receipts pertaining to an assurance bond of bonding R. Kelly out that Greenberg wanted to do something else with, but Don Russell wanted to make sure that it had to, because it's always about money. I get my money back because I'm about to put X, Y, and Z up. Now they're fighting all over that. But BooKum can tell you better, because he'll tell you that he was there. And he knows, but one thing for sure, he can't show you no copy and no receipts of putting up any type of goddamn money for an R. Kelly when it came to that time, that period of what R. Kelly was going through. BooKum can't tell you that it wasn't Valencia Love that put up her fucking money that he don't have, the godson that he couldn't do shit about. But he was there. So somebody explain to me, how in the hell, BooKum, are you so much there involved in this man's circle and not one red penny from the godson pushed out to help R. Kelly when all of this shit started going down? How the fuck are you out here with all this wanna be the shine and the godson, right? When you couldn't even pay off his goddamn child support so that he can not think about that and move on to something else, but all you gotta do is have a whole mouth full of fucking words. And I'm the BooKum and I'm the god. So who gives a fuck? What the fuck did you do? What did you do? Because you're a relative now, right? Relatives should come first, right? With moving on some actions like that to help their loved ones. The public pretty much did what they were capable of doing, which was standing out there chanting on a fucking concrete of free R. Kelly. While, in fact, because half of the people didn't know shit about it, because you kept that privately, come from a private face group, right? What the fuck you in a private group for? Trying to support and free R. Kelly. Then all of a sudden, all of these protests started to happen. Now here you come. This wasn't shit, and look at them, and this, and you just rained on it too. Couldn't understand that. Couldn't understand that for the sake of me. The same thing that's being fought about is being fought against. That was weird. That was just weird to me. Very, very weird. That's fine. So I said, you can't free R. Kelly because you're dirty too. But that's just my belief. Because you've done so much dirty stuff. And the fact that you think that you can go out there and take the stand or could have taken the stand to fight for R. Kelly, there is going to be a prosecution side that's going to dig in your stuff and eat your ass alive and catch you up in all kind of lies on the stand. Sorry, y'all. That's that, right? And I went on to say, you talk too much. Just to have a particular type of shine or a tied to a multi-millionaire king of R&B, Art Kelly. It was just uncalled for. It's just, hold on, you guys. Is all I'm saying. And the reason that I think it is because you just couldn't separate yourself. Couldn't separate yourself as much as you needed to. You just couldn't. You did that whole act thing where you just needed a bunch of people to also like you just as much as they did liking him. It will help you. It will put your name out there where you wanted it to be. Mm. Y'all give me 1 second, okay? Hi, Serena. So then I said, of course, so that he'll know that this isn't about going back and forth with each other because it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So I made that point. You're dirty too. You can't free him. R. Kelly actually needed a very well put together professional team. R. Kelly needed serious people to be out here to advocate on his part. And also people that could remain humble in a agree to disagree difference. And with this stuff here becoming so uncanny, so disgusted, so disingenuous, like they say, who need friends like you? And I got enemies. You know, it's like, what the hell? at some point, it becomes embarrassing that he has a community for him, you know, like that's embarrassing. If he see the people and know the people that was actually in the community, it's like, what? I, I, I can see him, you know, I could, like, what the fuck? A normal reaction, right? Like what's going on? That includes you too, though, BooKum. Dana, Jay, thank you, right? Watching his godson, you know, go at people who, of course, who's also or had or tried or wanted to have the privilege to do free R. Kelly campaign, walk for kills, or whatever the protests may be, right? Or what was that over there in DC where y'all was supposed to go, and then to have another person out here known as R. Kelly's Drunken Larry, where you pivoted off to go have steak with. But the way you aligned it out here was there was nothing wrong with that. That was cool to do. But yet then put the message out to give people mixed feelings and a different perception about what you just did. And then you get angry about that. And you're the one, and Drunken Larry decided to go on the camera to share this. All right, clever. But you said that that was your godson. I don't know where in God's green earth where your daddy was facing in his indictment all of these counts against him. And you found time to fellowship with someone who was definitely on a movement to nail him up on the cross. That was some weird shit, babe. Some definitely weird shit. But the way that you told it, it was a harmless thing to do. The way that your daddy should see it is that, what the hell wrong with you? Because the first thing that I would be thinking as your daddy is that whatever I discussed it with you, and you're sitting over there with my op, said, oh my God, you're going to be relaying some shit to my op. That trust is gone. See, image also plays a part in deciding whether to trust a person. Isn't that right, Galatians? My mission right now, though, Galatians, is to definitely destroy your image, destroy your character. My mission with you, Galatians, is to make sure that no one else other than where you are is where you should stay. Now, I don't troll. You don't have to worry about that. I just wait until you just come out to expose yourself. If I catch it, I catch it. And if I don't, I don't. But right now, my mission for you, Galatians, is to alarm any and everybody who has not had contact with you to keep it that way, because you ain't shit, Galatians. Now, because I'm not done with you, I'm just going to throw you in there when I feel like it. I'm getting down to your comment. Okay. Now, I don't plan on another response. I just reneged on that book because of me seeing Galatians post comment in here, right? And then, of course, you responded back to something else, right? Still laughing my ass off about your live that is titled, You Better Be Careful. And I asked you, now, where in the funk you get that theory from? It's not a question. It wasn't open up on the floor to be posed as a question. But that was just one title of yours that you tend to put in there for your clickbait action, right? This is clickbait. And I can't verbatimly say what it was because I kind of don't remember all the rest that you put up there, but your theory behind it, your storyline behind it, as you put it, was those lyrics or so in those songs was a time that, or could have been a time that um, Sparkle was telling R. Kelly what was to come if it was 3 years or 5 years or 10 years or 20 years later. And I stated, wait a minute, I went to look this up. Who's the producer and the writer of this? Because I knew who the producer and the writer was, but the way that BooKum aligned that up, right, based on his theory, right? Kelly produced that. And I'm saying, Sal, well, why would R. Kelly produce and write something with not knowing that the lyrics in the song would come back to bite him in his ass, according to how Dana J put the theory out? I could basically, Dana, you put that out like this is what's good for you, R. Kelly, because you know your message be unbalanced. Your message would be, in one sense, that's my God, Daddy. And then your next, after the period, then you'll lead into, oh, that's good that that's something that didn't happen to him, right? Unbeknownst to him. That was weird. It was a weird live. I didn't watch it all, but it was the title for me. I was over here like, let's see what this boy, what in the hell is this boy saying? Do you not know what you be saying? Do you not know? Do you not know that you say things that will allow someone like me to have a different perception about it? The type of perceptions that makes your ass itch because you want what you said to be up and stuck. No questions about it. That's the strangest thing in the world. Right? It is what it is. This ain't no back and forth with you, BooKum. Do your thing. I'll be here, right here, waiting. Right here, waiting. And R. Kelly needs to continue to be the genius that he is. Not only with telling his truth, because if Rashonda Landfair's story is somewhat and have a little truth in it, the truth might as well come from all. That's just how I feel about it. And then drop a sequel about the community of people who say who they are, where they come from, what they did. Just give us normal people just a little bit of taste of that too, R. Kelly. Yeah. We've already heard the whole distorted thing, but he also puts it out here like, oh, there was an AI call over there from the cousin Levi. So it's the seed that he planted behind R. Kelly voice being heard that this person is distorted. How actually himself a phone call the same way the other guy got the phone call to distort or to expose whether if that was an AI by the other guy. He couldn't do that to his family. He couldn't do that to his family over there. Why you didn't do it? Because boy, had I felt that that was an AI and somebody's out here doing this, and I was the God daddy, the godson of the daddy that you out here saying that you are, you the best to believe that I'd have had an R. Kelly on the phone trying to correct you. Gonna correct this? I'm out here fighting for you, but you failed on that one. You didn't bring back. You'd have probably got an Academy Award winning nomination, on that. Your cash apps would have blew up had you come back probably with that proof. I guess to sum all of this up, though, BooKum, is one thing you have to realize is that it is not everybody that's sitting out here that is entitled to believe the bullshit that you say from time to time. That alone, just that alone, what I said, should also clear up in your mind that you need to humble yourself down from this level of where you think that people has to believe everything you says, because not all of us are. Not all of us are. You see this back and forth and all of this stuff over here with, your girl who offered you information pertaining to what's what over here in my life. And you only gave two shits about it when it becomes leverage for you to use if you and I, or when you want to say something back pertaining to a live that I done. Right? And take in turn now, if she does something, now it's to be used and thrown back to her. You people are hilarious. You people are hilarious. When in fact, if you were a true stand-up guy, I'm not saying, you had to, but bitch, you could have been like, listen, pal, this girl is sending me all kind of information, but because you're not a true stand-up freaking guy, right? You chose to keep all of that crap to use it, like I just stated, against her and against me. This shit was funny as fuck. I was over here cracking up. Galatians, let's get to you, bitch. Because right now you're going to be a bitch a few times, right? I actually felt bad for you. Not bad to where it was going to be the end of my life. Galatians. You showed up to Chicago. And I got a call from you stating that you were running late from Alabama, I believe that is. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm on my way. I don't know you from a can of peas. All I know is that everybody that wanted to be inside of this free R. Kelly camp, let's do it. Just come on. You showed up. Some things went down. After you showed up, I believe that there was nobody there at a point to where you had arrived to. Clear this up with you. I believe that there was a conversation held by Trevin. There is somebody that was left behind. He don't know this lady. He reaches out, he helps, he stays behind, he moves this lady, get her there. She's trying to get on the bus. Dabowski wouldn't let you on the bus. For some apparent reason, something in his intuition that he felt that you should not be on the bus. Not only that, he got the second bus. Granted, but Dabowski had this bus where he had his certain entourage of people that he wanted to ride with him. However, still got on the bus. I got on the bus, spoke to the girls. Do y'all want to ride? Some of them said no. Some of them said yeah, till we all kind of agreed to, okay, it's a harmless ride going out to see Olympic fields. Okay. Oh, sitting on my t-shirt, kind of choking me, right? So, fine, you're on the bus. And you're on the bus just riding along, just like everybody else is, and blah, blah, blah. I think the bus got back because I'm going to skip all of that. Who gives a fuck middle points, right? We went out there, you're out there, you're on the bus, we're doing it. Make it back. I think now something I'm not sure if you needed a place to stay. You didn't have a place to stay. That, I think, is where it ended in conversation-wise between you and I, because having a place to stay was not my responsibility pertaining to any grown-ass people. We listed hotels. You could have pulled them up. This is where you go. But I don't think so. But I think that this is, if I'm not mistaken, you were the one that I believe probably ended up in a room or somewhere around that lady named Janet or something like that. And then I think after that, I didn't see you anymore. Didn't look for you, didn't ask about you, none of that. I kept up with the people that was close to me and in the room with me. That's where my intentions were. We ate together, stayed in a room together, we traveled together, we went to this together, we never separated. So, but you did. Now I'm sorry that I didn't really focus in on Dubowski calling your ass out, and how you got there and you were sent there by this person, because now I do believe so. I do believe so. However, I guess I can also understand now why it is that BooKum keeps you there on the plantation. I I guess so. You are the one to go out with your binoculars on, trolling and looking up this and looking up that to bring back to him, probably has helped him in many ways than one to establish his radical bullshit that he comes out here to say. He's probably listening to you. So, book, you keep right on doing what you're doing. Can't seem to get my phone connected to this computer right. It just won't allow me to do so. But Galatians, you do know how easy it is for me to go inside of my phone, right? And blast all of this bullshit you've been saying about Dana J. As a matter of fact, I probably need to do something because, he probably needs to see it. And he's not going to care because right now he got you on the plantation and you're in the green and he wants your money. Yeah, he's fine with getting your money. Yeah, so he's going to let you say whatever, it's like you two using each other type of thing. Let me find some of your shit that you done said so much about. You can't stand him. He's a bitch. He's a this. He's a that. He's a this. And you're a hypocrite. You're a whole bitch. You are toxic. And there's no way. This is not for the people that you hang with over there because you're accepted over there. But these are for the people who had never, ever crossed paths with you. Y'all been warned. She ain't shit. She is to not be trusted in no conversations, in nothing. She ain't shit. I suggest you write it down, take a picture of her, because she can be a devil in disguise. Okay? And I never, ever, Galatians, see, I'll kind of like BooKum a little bit. I'll hold on to some shit. But as long as you don't partake into none of the bullshit that you see going on, you was on safe base. But now since you started to sneak from third to home, I'm gonna strike you out. I'm going to strike you out. You should have stayed your ass on third base and just sat there. And just sat there. That's what you should have done. All that other shit that you've done about what's that woman named Catfish, that I won't drop because she'll like to hear that shit, and I won't give her the privilege either. I won't even show you how nice of a person I am. I won't give her the advantage to have a show to come out here, to kick off shit with you, Galatians. I wouldn't do that. I'll spare you from that one, right? Because this ain't about her. And then, I am not giving her ass a motherfucking thing. Nothing. But, baby, the shit you said and you done, you need to go sit down. You're not the right person either to be out here as disgusting as you were, um, hypocrite as the hypocrite that you are, and to also be saying free R. Kelly. What makes you think that he would need a person like you around? Why? I'm just glad. I'm trying to think of the other name that you used. It's my problem. I'm trying to bring it up. I can't bring that shit up. What was the other name that she had? Does anybody know? Because she's in my phone under that fucking. Yeah. Or maybe it's my other phone. Oh, maybe it's my other phone. Okay. It might have been, no, I don't know if it was Miss Parker. I think it was Miss Parker. I'm pretty sure it might have been, you know what, Galatians, because let me do this, because let me look at my phone contacts. Let's see. But baby, if I just want you guys to know to never cross paths with her, to never accept this person as a trustworthy and honest person, because she's not. I don't have my other phones. It's in my backpack. I'm gonna find them Galatians, and I think it's time to post it. Like I say, even though BooKum wouldn't care what you say about him because he's receiving your money, and there's no way that he would have you jump ship when he's taking your money. There's no way he's gonna kick you off or kick you down. Even though, in my opinion, though, BooKum, you need to. You need to. You ever heard of that saying, like, if you keep one bad apple on that tree, the whole tree bound to rot from contamination from the one that's rotted? Yeah. Yeah. Let me go through my contacts and see if she's still in here. I found it. It was Connor. Connor. Let's see what you said, Connor. Hmm. Let's see if I can find just something, right? I'm going to start at the bottom. I need to see if I can get my phone. I tried to connect this phone so that I could, hold on. Let me see if I can let me see if I can change the sharing. Let me stop that. Let me see if I can change the sharing and see if it'll pick my phone up. Mm, 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 mm. No, this one won't let me. If I'd have came in through the YouTube, it'll let me share from my phone like I did last time. But let me see. Let's just post it to the screen like this. And that you, Miss Connor? What you say about fat ass BooKum? What? Let me see if I can get that clear up on the screen. I'm gonna blast all your shit for a little bit. Fat ass BooKum talking about you. Now, over here, you wasn't on this post here. On this one right here, hold on, let's go back to sharing this. Just showing the people how toxic you are, how such of a bullshitter you can be, right? Make sure I'm sharing the right shit. I think that's it. There we go. Now, on here, you says, we know you were around Robert. None of them were. We seen the photos. You seen the photos that everybody else done seen out here. Nothing different. Not in the gym, not playing ball, not at the studio, not on the bus. You ain't seen none of that shit. And I get it. Mr. Kelly didn't allow no phones around. But if you're talking about the one with him standing up there, smiling and pointing up to Robert like this with the same outfit on that Sylvia has on, we're aware of that one. And the video that shows her proof. That was enough proof for this naive ass bitch. Keep doing what you've been doing, Dana. But then right here, right there, you that's your fat ass booker. And then you was shaking your motherfucking head when he was saying the things that he was saying. Oh, but now you dancing to a different beat. Oh boy. Catfish, I'm not showing you shit for what she said about you. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm not here for you and giving you any opportunity to come at her at all. I don't have to do that. But you, let me find something else, BooKum. Let me find something else on who you got on your team over there because she supports you in the green. Oh, Galatians, I was hoping that this day would never come, ever. And the crazy thing is that it can, in a sense, be making me look some type of way. But the people that I rock with, they know now. They know what side I'm on. They know how truthful and honest and nice or blessed that I am and respectful that I am. They know that. So I ain't worried about that. And those are the only people that I need to know and to trust and believe, and to be able to rock with me. I'm proving myself. Oh, Catfish, you should read this one. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm, mm. But this ain't about you. I better not catch you ever on Ratchet Randa Baby Show because I'm going to blast you on that one. I better not ever catch you because there's things in there about that. We don't have to explain and for Dabowski to understand anything because the shit that he was saying when you brought your ass to Chicago is probably when we, or some of us, should have believed him then. Should have believed him then. That you were the hawk. You were sent then. You were sent then. You are, or you were a distractor. Yeah. Yeah. You screenshotted the naked girl's body. Sent that to me. I should have seen it coming. As if I had something to say or was going to come out here about her and her personal shit on there, which I never did. You should have picked up on that. You should have picked up on a whole lot of shit that you were sending me that I did not react to because that's not part of my character. But it also opened the doors to show me your character. Lisa Jones, OCOV. Yeah, you all over the place on YouTube, but that's not what I'm looking for. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what else you said about old BooKum boy. Damn, Catfish, there's a lot in here about you. Sylvia. I noticed that it's a lot of people that did not accept you, probably in their chats or on their lives or so, that you had a lot to say about. But the fact though, BooKum, she do call you BooKum though. She does call you BooKum. Now she over there in your comments. That Galatians. 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 You might want to call my phone, Galatians, so I could tell you that you a whole bitch in your face on my line. You might want to do that. Hold on, because it's pretty long, y'all. I mean, like, this is like 3 years of her shit. Let me go back. Let me go back from when you came to Chicago. It's Chicago, nigga. Screenshots for days. Now I don't even do nothing like this, Galatians. This is sure. Oh, this. I mean, it just feels disgusting, right? But at the same time, you sitting over there in them comments, thinking that your hands were clean. BooKum don't know who he really got over there. All on his ship. Yeah, let's get your ass executed up off of that goddamn channel. Book, you don't get rid of that damn dirty. She just as dirty as you, BooKum. Boy, if you knew she dirtier than you are. When it's fall out with you, everything that y'all talked about behind the scenes and then saying, oh yeah, she probably behind the screen telling everybody what y'all talking about. Yeah, and you're probably on the phone with her because that's your agent that you got out here working on behalf of you, watching all the channels. Yeah. Yeah. How y'all doing today in the chat? I hope you guys are doing just fine. What time is it? 3 o'clock? All this paperwork I got. Hold on. Oh, this is a good one, BooKum. You want to see this one? Hold on. Let me read it. Being nosy, I just saw this on BooKum community chat, shaking my head. He knew Rocky Bivens. What the? He's showing he is here to set R. Kelly up. Oh, oh my Galatians. Don't ingest like you can docs. I can go a little deeper and you still got to stand on what you did. Now, this is funny. And so then she sends this asking me, who is Rocky Bivens? And you don't believe me? You don't believe me? You don't believe me? You don't believe me, BooKum? Huh? This is her. This is who on your team. So, Book, that's on your team. She's on your team. Oh, I replied to her. He was a guy that is on YouTube who slandered Kels and told that he slept with Aaliyah. Search him in the YouTube search bar. And that's it. I left you. Because I don't know. You says, oh shit. Yeah. Well, then I won't repeat what she said about catfish. Um, mm. But I get it. The things that she was saying about catfish was, her posing herself like, oh, I got this and I got this and I got this. And I didn't need none of it. I was doing just fine. Look what I said, girl, where you getting these photos from? Man, Book. I tell you, that girl be back there shopping. 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 edging me on all the time. Pap, go live. Pap, go live. Pap, go live. It's like I got a goddamn string in my back. Mm. BooKum. And this one is look, look, look. She says, I'm so bored. She was bored watching your shit. Look at that. Look what she said. She on your team, BooKum. I'm so bored. I'm finally watching BooKum last live. My stomach hurt. BooKum, a rapper. Dumbo done pissed him off. She doesn't know what side of the fence to be on. She just wanted a place to be. She just wanted to be somewhere. She wanted to be somewhere. Make the bitch stress and stay up all night. Girl, I'm too tired. Tomorrow. Good night. I'm up in, just she wanted action. She wanted to be entertained. Wanted to be entertained. Go live, please. Yeah, go live. This shit just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Yeah, on and on. I mean, just go. When I tell you, shaking my MF head, this fat MF was with that Jasmine girl. That's you, but that's the one on your team. Delicious. Now I know that I have persuaded or, spoken to you like, I'm this honest and trustworthy friend and all of that stuff. I'm caring. I'm likable, But what you should not do is never cross the person who treated you with nothing but, a internet friendship. Don't do it. Don't do it. You over there typing this shit in here with some bullshit lies to align with what his narrative is. Mm-hmm. About, oh, we know that you, how would you know? You wasn't even there, Galatians. You wasn't even there to bag up his storyline about being there with R. Kelly, other than the little few pictures that he has out. You can't bag up whether if there's a full conversation. You can't bag up whether if you had a phone call. You can't bag up what happened in 2002, 2001. You can't do shit because you wasn't there. So that shit that you posted up is nothing but a let me suck your dick, Dana. That's all it is. Because I done some shit out here that needs to be here, and so I need a place to be, so I'm just going to ride with you. That's some weak-ass shit. You just gave up your dignity to do some shit like that? Who does that? No, you're not grounded either, boo. You can't hold your own either because you need to have a seat somewhere to help entertain. Now I feel like singing Sparkle song. You better be careful what you say to me, because it might turn around on you. Mm-hmm. Treat others as others would like to be treated, Galatians. Because this isn't something that I would have never done to you. But when you get involved to put your pom-poms on and you know that it's not true. Now, granted, ain't nothing in your text that says anything about a papoose. However, since this message was to me, you decided to jump on that thread and it cost you. It cost you. Now, I don't have nothing to say about Max Day. He's within his right. What you want to say? He said, tell it. That was it. And he period. He just left it at that. Tell it. But no, you want to put a confirmation stamp behind it. Greensburg dirty as hell. Well, why would you say that? BooKum's over there in the whole conversation and everything with him. Now, why would you say that? Now, this was funny, you know. I couldn't do nothing but laugh at this shit when Debosky did this, but she sent me this, right? So this is how I knew this content went down. I laughed my ass off when Debosky did that shit. I'm like, damn, how he do that? That's pretty cool. I wish I can sit up and rub a goddamn magic ball and have all of damn answers, you know, so people can take an image and turn it into something, you know, bad or whatever. I looked at it like, damn, that was pretty awesome. I can rub a magic ball. Oh shit. Oh boy. Yeah. As long as you could put your 2 cents in, you did so. And you validate everything that he was saying. Now you are. Yeah. While you were in the trenches trying to figure out, this shit just goes on, you guys. On, 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 on. This is crazy. This is crazy. And now you over there, go BooKum, go. Go BooKum, go. And this goes for the OCB side too. They shouldn't ever give her an invite to nothing. You are dirty. And you thought that was funny, but you don't think what the post says is funny. You didn't think what the post right here says, but you thought what No Joke did to BooKum's picture was funny. Yeah. You remember that? You thought that was hella funny. Why is that, Galatians? Till now, at this point, that you don't think that is funny, that you agree with it. You know he was there. That don't make sense, Galatians. Who's trying to get R. Kelly in more trouble with his retarded, mentally challenged ass? Who would we be talking about? Douglas Anton? Oh. Everything in here is pretty much against what BooKum has been out here protecting. You were all against it. You were all against it. But now you're not. Galatians, have I swayed? Have I straddled the fence at all? What I've been saying, I've been standing on since I've been out here. But look at you. Look at you. It didn't surprise me. It was time and preparation because you row the same boat that he do, which is someone who wants to be seen in public on YouTube, you know, not seen like that, but verbally seen. Because when you're in the chat, you are in the chat after every other post of what every other comment, you're in there. Thirsty talker. You were a thirsty talker. You just got to get it out there because you're bored to death. Number one, you're bored. You're bored. Have you listened to your buddy BooKum? Have you listened to him? What did I respond to you, Galatians? Let's see. What did I say? I think I said, no, I don't know why he gets mad about my opinions. I don't understand it. Ha ha, he mad at you. You something else. But I knew it was coming though, Galatians. The only thing is that when Dubosky came out and was yelling and doing all that stuff, that it got ignored. And it probably shouldn't have gotten ignored. Yes, Papoose. These people are so two-faced, demonic and hurtful. Well, now that seems like you. Seems like you, Galatians. You're demonic and two-faced. That's definitely you. That's definitely you. Mm, mm, mm. I didn't give a shit about a hot rod. I didn't give a shit about a Janine. Don't know those people. But I'm not going to blast the things that you say about them with no response, right? 'Cause that's not what the fight was about. Yeah. And it just goes on. I'm actually going up, you guys. I'm still scrolling up. I'm still scrolling up, right? Nobody after this live, Galatians, nobody should ever give you any attention, an invite, or even allow you to have a membership or subscribe to their channel. You should be blocked. You should be banned from everybody's fucking channel, or you just stay your ass right where you are with BooKum and keep being his YouTube agent out here to send him a whole bunch of stories to help him stream his storylines on his freaking channel. Yeah, that's what you do. You definitely should be banned. Oh boy. Anywho, you guys, I think that I should get back to my work, but BooKum, aka Dana J. At what point do you stop speaking as if there should be a fight behind agree to disagree words? At what point will you get there? At what point, as of now, 2026, will you be done trying to establish that you are more than what you are to R. Kelly? What point will that make? Or the point that you are trying to make is not going to free R. Kelly at all. No, it's not. It's not going to free him. Oh, this is how I had learned that Catfish was doing that live because I did not know. So it was sent to me, and here's what I said to that. Now, this I am going to put out just for the record, right? So it was sent to me, Galatians. Sorry to bother you, but the bald-headed transportation saying in a post that she apologized to you, talking about Catfish. Shaking my F head. What's that about? Something about a coochie pic. Who showed that? So then I got sent the information by Galatians. Okay. Just for the record, because my feelings and my words has never changed. What did I tell you, Galatians? What did I say? Fuck her apology. Never went over there. But that's how I ended up knowing that she did the live, that was doing this particular live. And then after her, I got about maybe 10 emails or text messages all just ringing in. Come to the panel. And they all got told the same damn thing. Fuck her panel. Fuck her apology. I ain't studying that crap. I didn't come out here for that. Say what you want to say. Be who you want to be. I came out here just because I wanted to say free R. Kelly. Nothing behind it. Don't know him like that, other than the way that other people say you know him. Okay, buys music. Yeah. So go sit down, Galatians, please. Go sit down because you know that there's a whole lot more. Go sit down and stop riding that man's dick on some shit that you know that you can't verify as the truth alongside him. It makes you look like an idiot. You should have sat this post out because you wasn't there. You wasn't there to help prove or validate nothing that he is saying. So why would you do that? Why would you do that? It's the dumbest shit ever. I could see that if it was your blood relative and they done robbed the bank and you trying to place them in a different location than the bank robbery shit going down and you trying to save them. But this is someone just on YouTube. And you come out to put your comment on there to help bag up this girl. Ooh. Oh, and it's people like you that helps keeps things into confusion out here. Confusion. Nobody believe what you said. Who in their right mind would have believed that? Oh, we know you were around. Prove it, Galatians. Where's your proof? Put it up. As a matter of fact, don't prove it because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Only you do because you need a place to be. Only you. Now you over there just sucking a crack of his ass. And he loving it because you in the green. Ching ching. Ching ching, baby. He don't give a shit about what you say and how you do. Just stay in the green. It helps his live. It supports his channel, just like all of us has been trained to say, to plagiarize, repeat that shit. Helps our channel. You in the green and you ain't heard him say shit about some, it helps R. Kelly. As much as he's out here trying to put himself up here about knowing R. Kelly, that nobody gives a shit about. That's why I go hard. This why I go hard, doing more talking and telling than you ain't never heard R. Kelly come out here to say any of that shit to be his truth or to not be his truth. Some shit you just don't talk about. Just some shit you just gotta let go. No. I'm not gullible, Galatians, at all. I'm not gullible. I'm reading your text now about Don Russell. I hear all of that shit. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I do know for sure that there is proof of placing Don Russell in the circumference of R. Kelly. There's proof of that. It was on national TV. That was proof of that. I said with them. With him. There's proof of that. There's no proof of BooKum being with him compared to the circumstances or the level of the way Don Russell presented himself. Now, y'all could say he was staged there or he staged himself or he did that. Right now, I'm talking about the points of view of him being around him. See, BooKum did his live with the sisters that only talked about R. Kelly, not around him. Know the difference. Know the difference. And of course, what other strategic move? It was, I don't say perfect, but it was timing. It was perfect timing. I brought the sisters in. R. Kelly's locked up. I'm going on national TV. I done told everybody I'm the godson, or I'm this, or I've been in a circle. I know more than y'all. And bam, the grand finale. Let's do the news. Huh? Blend all that together. Yeah, you can definitely be convinced that, oh, he knows R. Kelly. Yeah, so did the uncles that was out there too. However, I think that I would have believed the uncle, what was it, Bud or whoever that man was on there with his, I guess, allegedly wife. I believed him more than I would what BooKum has to say. And that depends on what he's saying. talking about the uncle that was there, right? Because we all know that at some point the uncle, I believe it was written in the paperwork that he was suing R. Kelly too. Everybody was suing R. Kelly. Everybody. Everybody. Yeah. But you're so quick. You so quick to go back when the Chicago stuff was over with, or when Curly's got indicted or whatever. You jump right back over there on BooKum Show. You jump right back over there. Basically, I think when I called you but out the first thing on time, or when I was about to say a little too much at the time, but I caught myself because that wasn't the right time. And I did let you know though at that time, man, bounce. Man, roll the fuck up out of here. Up out of here. But it takes you to get to know a person for a second, to know the whole intentions of that person. Sometimes you just got to go through it. And I did go through it. I did go through it though. Yeah. And I get it though, Galatians. A lot of this was just harmless conversations, of what we're seeing on YouTube, blah, 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 blah. You know, that's all. You say that this was BooKum's PPP loan. Is that what did you send me this? I didn't give a fuck about it. This was BooKum's PPPPP book. Now look at that. This is who you got on your team. Let me see. Oh, let me see if I can get it clear enough for you. Huh? You want to ask Galatians, well, what the fuck you send her that for? Ask Galatians. Ask Galatians, why did she send me? Why is the light? There we go. Why did she send me this? Because she never liked your ass, apparently. Apparently she didn't at one time. But now she back over there, which I know you're not going to give a fuck because you collecting her money, right? Now she back over there straddling, sucking up your shit and allegedly giving you some shit to say. I didn't give a rat's ass about no damn PPP loan, but I'm just saying though, why would she, the person that's in your comments, Galatians right there, Galatians 6, chapter 7, right? Send me information about you got approved for a PPP loan for $1,400. Lender Capital Plus. Why would she do you like that? She can't send you shit like that about me, though, BooKum. Yeah, not at all. It ain't gonna happen because I don't do no shit like that. And if it had something to do with money, you best believe it would have never got discussed with her in the first place because I don't know her to discuss it with. I'm just asking for a friend. This ignorant ass liar. Let me tell you how she called you a liar, BooKum. I'm actually having fun with this right now. This ignorant ass liar, he really need his ass beat real bad. She see that you had to Photoshop Sylvia's private part. Now, there's a Georgia docket on here, but this shit is old as hell, so I'm not going to click on that. Don't wait. I was like, he did me too. Like you Photoshop, So then she goes on and goes, yeah, that's sorry. But blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. That's BooKum's PPP law. Oh, my shit. Oh, boy. BooKum, I swear, I sat back laughing so much at this shit. You have no idea. BooKum is over there playing new music of R. Kelly. What the hell? That fat fuck done stole more washers and dryers. Oh my God, look at BooKum. And she in your comments. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, that's right, Galatians. My motive right now is to tear your image apart out here. Yeah. I have a motive right now. Yeah. And that's to have you shut down. That's to make sure that everybody out here knows that you ain't shit. To me, it didn't matter. But if I'm an ain't shit person, because I told you I'm an ain't shit person, and my show actually was shits and giggles, been laughing at BooKum goofy dumbass shit, half of the shit that he put up since I've been out here. So it won't be no surprise about what the hell I say. But it is it coming off as a surprise as the things that you are saying, and to be sitting over there in his comments. Oh. She was really upset too, BooKum, about your dishes and trash running over. I should have told you this to let before you let her in your chat like this and start taking her money. She was upset with you about it. Yeah, she was upset with you while I was over here laughing my ass off. Yeah, it's like, you know what, it is what it is. BooKum and his criminal-minded buddy making the choke is a joke look stupider than he already is. Yeah, I tell you, she had a lot to say about you, though. A whole lot, BooKum. So this bitch fucked BooKum 20 years ago. Mm, 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 mm. Pap, I know I'm getting on your nerves, but please listen to BooKum's last live. Oh my God, Sylvia off the chain. I think she set Kills up. She's telling Demetrius her and her husband sleep in the same bed, but there is no love and there is so much more bullshit. Oh my God, just unbelievable. I replied, I heard that one earlier. Yeah, it's sad. She's married. She's married, and her husband on the curb is for citizenship. Yeah, that was something that was heard on the curb, though. So it is what it is with that one. Yeah. Hold on, you guys. I'm about to get ready to get off so I can have some lunch and get back to my paper. No, well, anywho, let me see if I find one more juicy one for you, Galatians. One more juicy one. Um, oh, I thought I saw you over there with that Alicia girl. Who was over there with the Alicia girl? But yet then, I think you had a bunch to say about her too. Yeah. You had a lot to say about old Alicia and G8, Georgia girl, Carmel, Destiny, Alizar, all of those people. Yeah. Oh wow. Well, I remember that one. That was funny. That was funny. Yeah. Gotta save some for later. Yeah. God, it's almost like, when was this going to end? This is, oh my God, Galatians, this is so much. That was about you too, BooKum. This fat ass. Yeah. Let me get the hell up out of here. Hey, beauty. How are you? I'm leaving. I was gonna, you know, I gotta start another live. And I know I said we would probably come on and give some of your opinions about the book, and this or that. Like I say, I stand on my opinion after hearing the book in audible version, right? And I think that all of them, there's more than R. Kelly that should have went to jail. That's just how I feel about it. That'll probably much be my last saying about this information. I also think that R. Kelly should be released on time served. I do. Not with the people now knowing what her truth is about, and pretty much some of the main people that was involved with this stuff like that. That's all I'm standing on, beauty. I think that Rashana also should have served some time because there was a moment, a break in service that she left the home and retrieved two more females, and instead of her going on and knowing right from wrong and don't do this, and these two females come back and now they're caught up into something that she went to go get. It's a different thing, but you were told to go do it, or you were manipulated, or you were coerced to do it, or you were trained to do it. It's the fact that you carried out the action. So now you're going to serve a penalty, about that. And I think that those two girls who she mentioned, hey, yeah, maybe they can do their 20 years coming forward now and say that this happened because of her, not because of who all may have been involved, but because of her, come on now. So I know, right? It's a lot. And it's a lot of channels that, it's just barking their opinions on it, and yeah, yeah. But now back to what my live was about, because Dana J. BooKum has all the answers and know for a fact that it wasn't this and it wasn't that way. And here's his opportunity now to get his money up and hire professionals and give them the right videos or on who he's saying it is and who he's saying it's not is, and other parts of his cases, and go free R. Kelly. Coming out every day in and day out. So you want to run episode 1 or episode 2 or episode 3? Which episode do you have that you're going to debunk that's going to free R. Kelly? I'm just waiting on that. Or are we just going to keep bringing doing the YouTube episodes and continuously exposing some things that R. Kelly have not has talked about? They're damn about the other person that's talking about it. If you believe R. Kelly, you standing for R. Kelly, then hey, you wait for R. Kelly's truth. Yeah. Yeah, she said she refrained. Now she reframing from it, right? The link is in the chat, man. The link is in the chat. So I got sent a live. Y'all want to hear for a minute about these two ladies' opinion? One opinion stands for R. Kelly. Then there's another opinion on this show. I will shout the show out, right? That does not agree with it and thinks that R. Kelly is right where he belongs. So what I liked about it is the host, nobody was mad. Nobody was mad, and it went on. So if y'all want to hear a couple of minutes of that, then I can, I can do that for you. Yeah, but other than that, I made my point clear to Galatians, and I'm done with that as long as I don't see any more of her a duck riding out here and trying to save faces of what his truth is. Let him carry his torch and his truth on his own, Galatians. Because what you typed in here, baby, you shouldn't have never tried to carry his truth with him. It makes you look like an idiot too, a complete fool when you wasn't there. Then you use "we know you were around." That's clear dick sucking words. That's clearly I got your back no matter what you say, and I know that I wasn't there to verify that. It's exactly what that exemplifies, and that makes you look crazy. Who stands up for somebody and bags up what their story could be or is, right? You know what? He ain't paid you, you paying him. And because you're the one in the green. Like how stupid people are. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I'm trying to tell y'all, if she comes across y'all path, this is one that you may want to question. Okay. You need to put her on your blacklist. She's a straddler. She ain't shit. At the time that Dubosky Gone was calling it out, there's probably some of us that should have listened. When it was said that, BooKum sent her down there to Chicago, and now I find that to have a little truth to it, because when all of this was over and I said this and then I got her off of my channel and moved her on, look where she's back at, over there with BooKum. He's happily grateful to have her no matter what, because she is in the green. Yes, that's the girl. I'm glad you remember, Beauty. Chasing the party bus. Exactly. That's her. You're right. But, benefit of the doubt, I answered the phone. I had a discussion with her saying that she was running a little bit late. I'm on my way. I should be pulling up. She's keeping it. And so and so, so and so. Somewhere after I think we got back off of the party buses, I don't know where she went. I don't know who she was with. I don't know any of that. I went this way with the people that I came with. And I say I don't know where her car was parked. I don't know none of that. All I know is the bus is pulled off. She was there. I think Trevin made some type of U-turns or roundabouts or whatever, trying to get people to safety as far as to their vehicles. And I think that he might have circled around and picked her up or something and then got her to her vehicle. That was it. That was in her. That was it. I'm speculating whether if she stayed overnight and stayed in the room. If so, I'm wondering if that was with the lady Janet, and after that, that was it. I had no other contact or furtherance with her at all. I was just with three, just me and the two other ladies. That was it. Had another wonderful lady flew in at the last minute from California. The next rally or whatever, me and her stayed together. So all this girl here, man, Galatians, you are the type of woman that I can clearly say that I wish I never had met. You're a straddler. You're a straddler. You're part of keeping up confusion and stuff out here. And then to watch you sit here and validate something that you can't prove. We know you were there. What? Where were you? How do you know that? You were there? Come on, girl. Just so that, when I saw that, I'm not a quick triggering person, right? Especially when the person is not involved it's not the narrative, it's not the subject, right? Like, oh, okay. And I don't like attacking the comments. I just don't. But this one right here, man, you had this one coming, Galatians. So stop. Now, all of your other buffale ass crap that I can put out, I won't put out like that. I ain't dirty like that. Unless just don't poke me wrong. Type whatever you want now. Over there, holding BooKum's hand on it. Type it. Go ahead. Because now I think that my job is done. I can't help if someone still messes with you. That's on them. But they've been warned. And I think that my due diligence is complete. I can put closure to it. Because you over here, BooKum hurts and do this. You can't never, ever, ever bring your behind back up over here. ever, never, never. So, but had to close the chapter. She been jump ship, beauty. Did she jump ship like after I kicked her off the thing? Like, you gotta go. Get on up out of here. Next thing I know. But who's to say that she ever jumped, beauty? I think that she wore binoculars for BooKum. I think that when Dubosky tried to alarm people when this first went down in Chicago, a lot of us did not, take heed. We didn't listen to it. We kind of ignored the fact. I'm kind of thinking like, well, okay. And then, of course, what made it me feel that way was naive. You got her and BooKum kind of went at it first and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, well, okay, go ahead and, you give a person a rope until they hang themselves. So that was it with her, It's like, girl, bye. Can't do it. I just couldn't do it. No, get on up out of here. And that ain't it, honey. When I say it was just a line, see, they think that, oh, Pap is this and Pap is that. And no, baby, honey, this girl had a list of people coming at, you name it. But I'm not going to put that out there because it's not about them. I don't care who she was talking about other than Catfish, girl. Ooh, child, baby. She would have something to say about the old Catfish all day in and day out, right? And I'm like, but wasn't my problem. Look at what she said about you, BooKum. I can't even stop. Dana's watching DJ Dino. So there were some times, and she would send some stuff, and I just sit back, laughing my butt off. Oh shit. Hey, BooKum, you better be careful who you turn to green. And she probably back there got all your dirty stuff, boy. All of it. All of it. Yeah. Soon as you turn on her. So, but how you doing today, beauty? Girl, when I tell you I'm over here, I got 4 more files to crunch numbers on and get them tallied up and get this paper written up, and at 7 folders, and it's a lot of work that you got to do to it. And for a second I'll get bored with it and I get off to go do something else, and I come back to it. I think I'll have them all completed. I have to have them all completed by Thursday. And what are y'all doing for Valentine's Day? What's up for Valentine's Day? As a matter of fact, let's talk about something else. What time is it for? Because this whole controversy is going on out here about relationships. Who should control? Is it controlled by the person that has the most money? Should a man control the entire relationship if they have the most money? What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? Then I actually maybe we'll do something quick because I've been laughing at this subject, at hand that's going on. Also, this artist Glorilla. Do y'all think that her sister should feel entitled to Glorilla's money? She says that she done got paid big time because of her strategic move. She was low on funds. Cooked it up, y'all. Cooked it up. Bam, dropped it out here. Monetized her show and has gotten paid good. She says that, it kind of sounds like she's saying that TMZ gave her quite a bit to come and do the show with them. And I'm like, damn. I don't know. You say your husband has been taking care of you for 12 and a half years, and I refuse to allow him to control me. So you're saying that there's boundaries, right? There's boundaries into it. Like, just because he's taking care of you for 12 and a half years and he wants to take care of you for 12 and a half years, does that give him the right to say what you're going to wear for the day, what you can and cannot wear? Does that mean that he can say, Beauty, no, you ain't going to the mall today. Go sit down and watch TV. But right? So I think that there's just boundaries. I think that when most men decide to run the household or so, being met with those boundaries, but also mutual respect of it, right? Uh, it should nobody be telling you that today isn't a good day for you to not go to the mall if you want to go to the mall. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, especially if it comes out as an order. No, ain't no mall shopping today. Go sit down today. You can't go to the mall today. That's different than him saying, well, I had other plans. I thought maybe that we can probably go to dinner and let's catch a movie. We go early. If the mall is still open, we'll swing by the mall. That's how I think that things should be operated. If we can agree that we still would go by the mall and you just need me to change my time about going or something like that because you want to, go with me or do a little bit more hanging out. But I'm watching these shows go on, right? And with this Anton guy, and he just has a different view at things because of the power of the money, I guess. And the only way that they are able to establish that is because the less power that a woman may feel that they have because they don't have the money. He say, he been complaining about you wearing wigs every now and then, and when he no, you don't. What does he do though, Beauty? Does he just mention it to you because of the amount of money that you're spending on it, or does he mention it to you because he just don't want you wearing them as much? Is it, which way is it? Which way is it? Hmm. He likes the natural look, yeah. And most men do, but I think most men in our era, Beauty, loves the natural look. I think that the men in the era coming behind us, all of these new wave, the new young rappers and the things like that, I think that they are okay with having their girls all dolly up, you know, with the lashes and the hair and stuff like that. And I think that most guys who feel that there is some disparities of themselves, right? Having someone dollied and dressed up procures like some of their insecurities, right? So if you're not so handsome looking of a guy walking beside what they consider as a 7, 8, 9, 10 dime piece all dolly up makes them look good too. And so I think it's just imagery from a female that gives them something to hide behind. So they don't have no complaints about it. They love the long hair, don't care wigs. It's them. But that's a different era than ours when you say that about your husband and he likes that old natural because he's old school. He's in that era that you and I are both from, So because I'll hear it, he's like, well, what you got to wear when they start? What is that? And woo, and I'll hear it from time to time, but then I'll also get defensive, right? Like, wait a minute, if I want to wear this and why, and then it's like, if I'm doing this and I want to be this way, then no matter what I want to do and how I want to do it, you should support and not say anything about it and just like it. But then he'll be like, no, that's not fair. And that's not true. I should speak on something that, we're going out or whatever. Okay, well, that may not be appropriate, or that's just not fitting me, here, or I'm doing too much over here. In other words, like you said, I bring it back to more natural and neutral, for, because it's something he's old school. It's like, wait a minute. And this is coming from how his mother dressed, or his aunties dressed, or, grandmother dressed, and not being used to seeing them with the eyelashes out, bat winged, and or Chinese style, or the painted eyebrows. And girl, he'd be like, we'd be looking at TV, and he'd say, hey, what is that color stuff on the eyebrows? And I'm like, it's like, well, why do they have to like draw it so far? Like, why? And it's so, girl, he'd be like, okay. I'd be like, yeah, hey, that's what happens, You keep it in plaits. You just took you took your locks out. So when you took your locks out. Uh-oh. Yeah. My daughter does her own locks. She's been doing them by herself now for a while. And I was like, wow. But they're long now. So I'd be like, how, why? I don't know. But I'm hungry. I need to go eat. I have some leftover Olive Garden, just a little bit. So then I'm gonna eat that and then prepare my lunch for Monday and Tuesday. So I have leftovers. I like leftovers on Tuesdays. I need to find something. It took you over a week. Wow. Holy cow. Now you get some more. You go to the shop for that, or yeah. How much does that cost? That's a lot, girl. I don't know. One of my girls here, I want to show you. She does locks here. Let me get off of this crap. Let me change my phone. Let me show you. She be throwing down, girl. Call her like my little goddaughter, because of course I've been knowing her for quite some time, right? And then I try to throw her stuff out there to help support her and bring her in some business, girl. But she is doing so well. Let me show you some of her locks that she do. Let me see. Where is Instagram? Okay, there we go. Let me see. She be throwing down, girl. I'll be like, Monel. Girl, you be kicking butts, girl. It's so pretty. Let me see if I can find it. I always have a hard time finding people. Let's see if it's easy to pull her up on Facebook. But I'm not like, girl, you got so much business down from where she started, girl. Okay, so let me see if I can pull it. Okay, I'm play one of her videos for you. Watch. See if you can see it. That's her. I don't know if I can get it. Then I will have my Bluetooth on. Hold on. Oh, wait. She's got music in it. Hold on. Oh, there she goes. That's her right there doing the hair. Her name is Mornell. She owns the shop. So, and she came from nothing, honey. I mean, literally nothing. She was doing it inside of her home, practicing on certain people and everything. And she got better and she got better. She started making more money. She started getting more people to her house and more people to her house. Now she had to invest in a calendar. Then she had to invest in, I think it was her sister started helping her getting organized, and then getting the money that she's making, turning it around, ordering her stuff that she needs, her supplies, and it got bigger. Now it's like, I can't work out of my home anymore. So She went in, of course, had money to put down to get a loan, started renting out this building, and now it became her own, called Monell's. Yeah, so I was like, girl, you came from the bottom. She had a son in between time, and she only has that one, never had any more, and she killing them now. So up here, you'll kind of hear her name, when it comes to the different locks or something. Girl, you better check out Monell. You better check out Monell. She doing a damn thing, girl. You was only paying 60, but when you get them style, they're $80. Do you? So you wash and take care of them on your own, unless you're ready to go back in to have them retwist done on them, right? But so I salute her, girl. I watch her flourish. I watched her grow. Girl, she had been killing them. I'm like, I guess when you put your mind to it, it ain't nothing but to do it after that. And she just kind of been taking off, with that. I don't, not grounded into a relationship like that. She tried one. I think that it kind of became somewhat of a distraction or so. I don't know what it's like. Oh my God, girl. So I think, knowing her, she did like two relationships or so, but she still got her business going. Yeah. She says to book her now. Book her now. It's so long. I feel like you'd be up in there all 200. Well, I guess it's not bad. It's not like it's 200, every 2 to 3 weeks or so, So that's not bad. No. You used to go every month. Uh, yeah. But I'm gonna say my daughter, she does her own. She said it takes her about 2 days. If she start on Friday night, she says she's usually done with taking breaks and all that stuff on a Sunday morning. But getting hers all relaxed. And it looks really good. Hers look good too. I, I think it was just, it's just once you get it done, it just becomes low maintenance now. You don't have to do much or whatever. Rinse it, dry, get your clean shampoo and keep it moving. Pull it up in a ponytail or leave it down, or you can style it some other kind of way. But I like locks, but not long locks on men. I can do away with them probably at the shoulder length or pull back into the ponytail. I definitely do not like the locks where they've shaved the front of their head down to where it's like a baby hair or something, like it's separated from the other part of the hair. It's straight turn off for me. I can't get jiggy with that at all. None. I'd be like, what the hell? What the hell? But that's their style. It's their era, right? But beauty, I'd be like, what the hell? He done spaced the hair here and got it right here, and then the locks, everything else starts back here. Girl, I'll be thrown. I'll be like, what? But that's their style. Like, okay, it is what it is. So, you had gotten braids. We're gonna get Harlem some locks. You got braids on top. So what you mean by you got braids on top of them? So when you have your locks, you can actually do like the regular braiding hair on top of that. You can do that. But it's like your hair never breathe underneath. That's crazy. Or you just did it for a little while to have a different style, I guess. I'd be careful with it. I learned that some of the hair I could be allergic to it because it seemed like every time I put that braids for some men, I'm ending up with sinus infection or sneezing all day or something like that. Or so I try not as much. I braid it when I'm lazy. Like if I'm in a travel or something, I might throw them in. So, as you know, when you fall asleep in the car and you wake up and your hair be all over your hair and you're trying to go to the restroom and they're like, oh my God. So you don't want to be bothered with that, especially if it's summer months and you might end up swimming. You say, no, not, yeah, we are Harlem. We putting you some locks in. We don't care what you say. We gonna hold you down like a little child. Have them twist your locks up in your head. We don't care what you say. Men, beauty is going to hold you down. We kidnap you and take you in. You say use Brasilia. How much that cost? How much that cost, girl? You know I'm cheap. I'm cheap as hell. I am so cheap, girl. I'm cheap. I'm an El Cheapo. On some things. Some things I'm not, but that type of stuff, girl, like I'm cheap. Mad. I'm mad about this, beauty. We talking about $35, $45, and then you do your toenails right now. I like the gel nails. They stayed on a week. This one came off first. Then this one. I was like, okay, what just happened? That makes me mad. You mean to tell me that I literally just flushed away $35, $40 for doing my nails? I know, huh? Ain't none on the counter. I know that it wasn't supposed to stay on forever, but you mean to tell me that I only got a week out of that and it just started peeling off? No. So this is exactly why I don't go to do them regular, like most of the women that I do know go regular. For some apparent reason, like it just don't stay on my nails. No. And I'm like, oh. So I don't know. Maybe for Valentine's Day, I'll try to go over there because I am off Friday the 13th, y'all. I am so off. And I think I'm going to, I don't know, just enjoy that day off. But I think I'm going to go and do the gel tip, the color on the tip just to have some fun with it. But I get upset. I do. I be like, you know how much money I paid for this? And I get it. It's no different than, the people buying $100 worth of weed and they smoke it up, but it's gone. Now you unhigh, you ain't high no more, but the person got your money over there. That like, no, it's like if I smoke this, like I want to stay high like for a very long time and then what I am. Like you be high for like what, 10 minutes? Because you didn't ate the high down or you done laughed it down or something like that. And that person up there got all your freaking money and that high only lasted a good the hour. Be like, what the fuck? I can't do it. And that's why they steady buy it and they steady roll it and they smoke another one, give them 2 hours and smoke another one. You done spent about $500 the whole week on getting high and you only high 1 hour after you smoke it and the person over there is enjoying your whole $500. I can't do it. I can't do it. I mean, like, I have to be high maybe 72 hours off of one blunt. Like, what the fuck? I'm just going to keep lighting the blunt, keep paying you $20, keep paying you $20. And then they say, ooh, it's good weed. Good weed for what? An hour? No, you don't give me some good weed that's going to last about 72 hours on one puff. I don't know. That math ain't math for me. The same way with the alcohol, right? Even though most people will, you drink your alcohol, you can be drunk, I guess, for hours because most people will sleep throughout 4-5 hours of the time sleeping it off. But ain't no way in the hell. I mean, just learning the value and of money coming from, your teenage or your mid-20s, boy, you learn to love it. Now when you get up in age, shit, you learn to be like, no, I ain't finna buy that. I ain't finna buy that. I used to buy probably 4 purses or 5 a year, y'all. Like for what? Because it had to match this and it had to match that. And Now, shit, I'm just going with straight black, wearing it the whole year. Screw that. Screw that. Nope, not nope, nope, and nope. I'm sorry. The same pair of sunglasses is gonna have to last for a year. So every year I'll turn over and buy something new. I'm gonna wear it for the whole entire year. I ain't going back to the store to get no whole 4, 5, 6 pairs of sunglasses. It's just not gonna happen. I'm not rich. I'm not rich at all. But I just wanted to know how you guys feel about, the controversy with this whole Corey and Anton going on, and then you got this whole another thing. Hold up. It's a whole new era, right? When back in the day, when I would flip on just a football game just to see who's playing, I don't like football. I don't care for it at all. Just to sit there and listen to a whole bunch of screaming through the TV and stuff, it's just boring to me, right? But back then, I promise you, I do not recall all of the star players. I'm gonna say the white ladies, right? Showing up and just prancing around all on the foot, on the not in the middle of the field. What do you call it? The field out there, right? But I'm just talking about like just when the shit start happening. When the shit start happening after you find out that one of your rappers or dance whatever is now dating a football player, that now this what it is merging into. Like they show up and now you just show out all on the football sideline. What's changing here? Y'all don't notice that? Mind you, yes, I used to click on and see a Jay-Z or some other people, and they just be sitting watching the game. They just be sitting like this, watching the game, right? All good. The cameras might flash on it, but then when the game is over, you didn't see where they done took over the whole freaking field to show off and run out there to the. I don't see what the hell's going on, y'all. What something is going on. Now, you know what's going to happen? This is my prediction, right? They going to end up losing the support in these goddamn football games with all them damn white people sitting up in that stand paying all of this money. And that's where you're going to have to see a change, is when they start seeing a hit in ticket sales. It's when they're going to be like, well, whoa, what is all of this going on the field? Why is it that only certain people, you don't see the other people out there who's not out on the social media or whatever with they whole damn family and girlfriends and willingly walking? And I just say that to say this because now we know that Cardi B is doing it, right? She's everywhere, all on the fields, right? And stuff like that, right? Now I so happen to click on one and now I see Glorilla. What's going on here? Granted, they get tickets or they get in free or they get to sit at the sideline but what is going on? You mean that they can't hold off with all of the smooching and until they leave the field or get into no, it's all about let me get that picture so I can put it out here on social media. But yeah, you start letting a whole lot of white people not going to these games and stuff, right? And then they start running to see about their ticket sales. That's when they gonna start cutting that shit down low. Like, hold on, we can't be having all. And the thing is, why isn't the whole team doing it? Why the whole team ain't bring all the girls out and they just party all out on the field and shit? What's going on? Why is it only now leaning towards artists? The rappers or what's going on? Something is there, something ain't. Are they trying to change there? Like this is what's supposed to be going on? What are they doing? What's going on here? And who do they think that everybody want? Well, I guess everybody wants to see. Or are they opening the door? I guess, see, the culture done changed now. The white people gonna start saying, see, this part of y'all reparation. we giving you this. They were like, we giving you this. It's part of your reparation. Go on and have it. You don't listen, honey. I don't know them until like they start coming out here, you know. I heard on one show, girl, Cardi B was like, they said that she didn't gave Stephon Diggs an ultimatum, like if you have another baby, you know, we may have to call it, you know, call it quits on there. And then one show so I was, well, you know, I think that he's going to propose to marry her. How he's going to marry her if she's still married? It's like you need to hold off on that content. Wait until, you know, she's actually announcing or her divorce. Don't you want to wait on that? Because at this point, I mean, a person can't look like they've been about to marry anybody if they already married. Mm-hmm. Or because it came out that Stephon and Offset was kind of buddies at one point in time. Y'all don't think that this like some type of, you know, pass me down, man, you can get her, man, you can do this, man. And then both of them end up coming out on the same team and on the same show and, you know, doing Cardi B dirty. I don't know. That's just a little bit of my prediction. I was like, I hope these two guys really not up to something really crude, cruddy. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just insane, y'all. I'm like, the stuff that they show, the stuff that they do. Let me show y'all. Let me find. Hold on. Let's go here. Let me stop this screen. I said I was gonna go eat, but I'm having a little more fun right now. Let me get BooKum crap up off my screen now. Done, over with that. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, let me close this out over here. I don't know what's gonna do that. Oh, stop. I am hungry, y'all. I had breakfast like at 7 o'clock. Now I'm hungry. Oh, did y'all see how BooKum got mad at phases? I'm eating leftovers today. I'm eating leftovers today. I got some leftover Olive Garden. Yeah. It was too much. I couldn't eat it all yesterday, so it was too much. And I had the fettuccine with chicken and broccoli, right? And it was just entirely too much. Well, I will eat way more salad because I like the balsamic dressing, right? I like the oil, and I'll eat that until I get too full with a piece of the bread, right? And I get too full. Then I'm like, oh, I can't even eat my full meal, which, you know, they have that set up. But the good thing is that they will, you can take it home. So I still have that. Yeah. Oh, let's see what Shamar said about Gorilla Sister. Hold on, let me share this. Let's see what Shamar said, y'all. Let's see. Let's get our laugh on. Hold on. Let me share this. No. Let's see what Shamar said. Is that the one? Yeah, let's see. Let's see what his opinion is about Gorilla Sister.
Here. Your brother, the brother ain't even jealous of Gorilla. They're really happy for Gorilla. The mama ain't complaining because the mama ain't worried. The mama ain't tripping. You feel me? She talking about some, oh, yeah, and my mama working at FedEx. Okay, if that's the problem, then why your mama ain't complaining? Your mama ain't complaining. Your mama is not worried about it. Your mama is not getting on this internet saying that. You're telling all of the damn business. You're telling the followers that y'all had roaches in your house. Don't nobody even know that. Don't nobody even know that you had roaches in your house. Don't nobody know that you have roaches in your house. Cause all they gonna do is say that and use that shit against you, you dumb bitch.
Oh,
You just the dumbest dumb bitch that I ever seen. That I first.
time out, time out. Now that right there is a trigger. People gonna grab that, y'all know, and then they go post it up. That's their whole 20 minutes of content, right? Oh, Shamar called uh um um Gorilla Sister a DB, right? And blah blah blah. Then they gonna cartoon his picture up, AI the other girl picture up. Then she gonna get wind of it, and boom, there you go. She got content and she's monetized. Then she gonna come back at Shabar, and then yeah, it's on and cracking.
See, real shit. And I'm talking about right now about motherfucking Glorilla Sister. Like you just the dumbest bitch.
Do
You
y'all
said
think
the
that
hell
that's
out of
nice?
business. Like, come on now, you said your mama business. You said your sister business. How would you not know if Glorilla don't want you to know that y'all had roaches in your house? How would you not know that? But you decide you want to do that because you feel like you need sympathy. You feel like somebody obligated to give you something when you know damn well that you go out there and get a job.
I know,
You go out there
Jana.
and work. You go out there and work.
Jana, what he doesn't like is for anybody to challenge what he says. He just wants it to be out here, and that's what it is, So he gets mad, like he stated. People makes his behind itch. Okay, it is what it is. You can't get mad because someone has questions. Probably, that would ain't going to agree to or disagree, but he gets upset about it. He's been getting upset like that for years. I'm so used to that boy getting upset over there, girl. He gonna be all right. He gonna be all right, but that girl,
Everybody else, they got a job out here. They working. They doing the best that they could. And everything that they get, they work hard for. So why the hell your dank ass can't get up and go get a job? This bitch get on motherfucking TMZ. You think TMZ gonna give you some money? No,
hold
bitch.
on, hold on, Shamar. Now, I happen to catch the TMZ version, right? Okay, so I have to go click on it. And I don't know the guy's name, right? I know y'all do, right? The main host, of the TMZ show, the black hair, not the black guy, the other guy, right? So he asked her, Glorilla's sister, right? Because that is what they're calling her out here. They're not calling her by her name. Everybody has their title as Glorilla's sister, right? Not her name. So they asked her on TMZ, okay, well, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Because at first they was talking about Glorilla bought her dad this, was it a white Eldorado Cadillac or something, like Jaguar or something like that, right? So she says, well, show me the proof. She challenged TMZ, show me the proof that she bought a car. And they were saying, well, it's right here, but she challenged that, tried to debunk it, and says that was just all a hoax for social media. She never did. Okay, so he goes, well, okay, let me ask you, since you said that you feel like you are obligated to some of her money, she should be taking care of the family, right? So he said, Glorilla has $2 million. $2 million. I'm asking y'all in the chat right now. Y'all are Glorilla's sister. And so you guys feel that Glorilla owes you guys, or you feel obligated to her money. She has $2 million. $2 million. How much do you guys feel like you should be obligated to? Put it in the chat. Because her answer, now what? Her answer was literally 2,000. She says 2,000. I was like, that's it. Opportunity. Now, granted, sometimes it's like, let me see if I can make some things go away, right? Because this girl is trying to do damage control, right? Let me draw up a quick contract. Let me have my attorneys read it over. I'm going to need an expediter, to get on the bike and take this contract here over there to this young lady. Here you go. You said 2,000. Now, inside the contract, it will have a whole bunch of rules, that she is going to have to agree to. Or other than that, if you don't, then I'm going to come back and I'm going to sue the shit out of you, right? Which means don't contact me. There's my number. Do not come on social media to say this. You can't do this. Probably don't go around my parents. Don't come to my house. Whole bunch of stuff, right? And she signs it. Here's your $2,000. Now go away. That's just kind of how I think that I would have dealt with that. Here you go. Because the goal is to let me shut you up. And if you won't, you jump down here and say you only want two stacks. Man, here, sign this contract. Bounce. 2 stacks, y'all. She didn't say 20,000. She didn't say 25,000. She didn't say 1.2 million. She wanted only 2. Where you going? Back at it. You'll be back tomorrow. Okay. Don't forget that P1 has that membership for that, so that's available. And then I will see about the other one. Yeah. All right. Okay. Don't do Zelle. Okay. All right, gonna do it. Yeah. Let me know you made it. Bye. Love you, boo. Good runs. See you. Call me when you get there. I'll be up for a while. I know, right? You're
Not
gonna
gonna
be
give you no
scratching on that
money.
dough. Beauty
You wanna
said,
got this
hey,
money to
Coda.
start lane because
Coda
they
needs
said
some
your ass
money. I gotta send some
motherfucking
money.
well some money.
Yeah.
You think 2,500 is gonna be enough? Girl, please. You better be happy with that shit, bitch. That bitch better be happy with that shit on God. She better be happy with that shit.
And I do not have any cash on me.
Somebody said, "Are you mad at Nikki?" I'm not gonna lie. I'm mad at her because my thing is that yeah, you say that Donald Trump is like, you know what I'm saying. You say that Donald Trump is like, you know what I'm saying, your favorite. Like, are you? Donald Trump say that, you know, he's a fan of yours or whatever the case may be. I feel like you lose support for that. When you were just talking about this, when you were just talking about that, and this and this, third, people is looking at Nicki Minaj like they looking at her in the wrong way. They looking at her in the wrong fucking way, bro. They looking at her in the wrong way. What else question?
Okay, so that was that on that. But hold on, let me play this one. Let's go to TMZ.
Khalil, you know what? Y'all may have talked about y'all favorite rapper. Y'all favorite rapper ain't shit. And I'm getting tired of it.
Ain't this
Y'all
crazy?
mad. Fuck. Y'all talking about some she ain't obligated. How the fuck she ain't obligated?
Now, you become rich, filthy rich, right? You got 320 million in your account, right? You became rich by way of lottery, inheritance, I don't know, or you became a superstar. At what point do you decide to move everybody up to Beverly Hills? Or do you leave them behind and then just penny pitch on giving if they ask? What would you do? Because I mean, her whole complaint is, Glorilla went up and most of the family is still down. You understand what I'm saying? Like most of the family is still in the rut. Should Glorilla be put into a position where she has to feel obligated to take care of the whole entire family? However, we have watched a lot of millionaires come through, right? And they talk about how they put their moms in new cars, new houses. They got their mom this and they got their mom that. Now, on the flip side, there's some siblings also that saying that, Glorilla has helped them. She's giving them a piece of the apple. Here's this, here's that. It's just something about these two where this is the oldest sister, but that has had several jobs, has had her run-ins with the jail system and this or that, but just cannot stay afloat on some things. It was even said out here that she even pulled a gun on Glorilla. They said that she allegedly also was the ones that had Glorilla and them house set up to be robbed. And I was like, what? So is this, or could this be a sister that you would feel obligated to help get off the ground? Just keep giving her money, keep giving her money. I think that if I had the 320 million and then I got my 9 siblings out here and they know that I've come across this money, that I have this money, I think because, everybody says family comes first, right? Family is family. Do we still not give because we know the family done something to you here, near, there? You didn't fought this one at a younger age. Do you still hold those things inside to use against them, right? I ain't even sent Coda no money yet. Hold on, y'all. I wish she would. Okay, there we go. What would you do? Do you just land a certain amount to them all? That's it. That don't come back for no more because you've taken care of them, and now it's time for you to go on your journey. What would you do? Also, you're gonna go by prior events. So you're saying that, well, no, okay, so she stole your car last year. She stole your car last year, Beauty. So you ain't giving her nothing. You gonna hold that? I can't believe you will hold that. Wow. I don't know if I would do that. I don't know. What? Okay. I can't believe that. I don't know. Like I said, it depends on, I don't know. I think even if something like that happened, we were mean at each other, Beauty, we ain't talked in like 5 or 10 years or so, I think that I would still send you your envelope share. I really would. I really would. Just to not have any backlash coming from whether if I sent Harlem 20,000 and you find out about it, it's like, oh, so no, it's like, I'll kill all of that. Here y'all go, 20, 20, 20, 20. Everybody get 20,000. That's it. I'm done. So I shouldn't have to hear that. I don't even want to hear whether if it was something good that was done. Like, ma'am, I said just keep it to yourself, move on, that's it. But what you cannot say is that I did not, do anything coming up on my riches. So I do think that every family, once you become fortunate than others, and I'm not saying this like she's never given her sister anything, because at some point you do got to cut it off, because if not, you'll be back down to nothing with them. You know, you do. But let's see what she had to say.
And when she wants to see her and all them interviews and talk about the struggles we've been through, and reach back to help none of us out. We got her friends around and shit. And my mom still working at FedEx job, but get the fuck out of my face.
That is Glorilla's oldest sister, and she's recently been going crazy online, stating how Glorilla never helped her or
Okay, I'll try to do this one more time. Let's see what he says.
took a huge turn. Glorilla's sister has been going live, and recently she just showed a video of Glorilla getting a pause put on her. We're gonna cover everything. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share. Let's check it out. So Glorilla's sister goes by the name of Scar. She took to Facebook to say, "Yep, I'm finna go live because this backup dancer just pissed me off." And I'm gonna put it all on the table from when we fell out about gloss and some more. Don't ever send no backup dancer for family. Nah, she got the backup ass dancer coming for me speaking on family business. She gonna boot you out the camp soon, like she do everybody else.
Shout out
Now
to
that's
Tough
tough.
Talks.
To be honest with y'all, certain people do be overdoing their job. Like you, the dancer, don't try to get into this family business. Don't try to make it seem like you the best friend or you've been around for years or you grew up with this person. You the backup dancer. Stay in your position. She also goes to Facebook and states, and our parents are not straight. Our dad just borrowed 100 from our mom. Y'all think y'all know, but don't. I had to give my mom 1,800 on a $2,400 rent because y'all favorite rapper blocked her. I'm tired of being quiet. Do you stay with your mom? If you do 1,800, you know what you gotta do. It's taxes time. Get it back in blood.
Anyway, ain't nobody obligated. That's facts. That's facts. So I mean, if she do, she do. If she don't, she don't. I mean, do you think that this was a fair way of going about things? Because she's already been told on herself, hey, you know, since nobody, you know, I ain't getting no money, guess what? I'm going to get paid from this. And she probably has gotten paid from this. You know, we're talking about interviews and all that stuff. So obviously she did a, very strategic move, even though it's not of liking. You know, it's like, oh, okay, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good at all. And then you got the families of sibling 6 or sibling 5 or so coming out here, you know, saying how, man, we don't put our family business out here on the street, but it's a little bit too late now. You girl, I bet look, you know, I'll be all over. Let me see what.
Let's say she has $2 million. How much of that does she owe to you and the rest of the family of that $2 million?
She can get all but like 2,500 a piece.
How much?
2,500.
25, like how, for that's it, just 2,500 flat, or is that a
2,500 flip?
I think she would jump at that.
I think
Exactly. Who would not jump at that? Like, okay, here.
Imagine her being on for 4 years and I giving us zero. None at all.
What does your mom think about you going public with this whole thing?
At the end of the day got to end. I don't give a
Let's say she has $2 million.
Okay, now let me pause that. Do y'all think that TMZ paid her over $10,000 to do this? I mean, I can see the going rate may be about 1,000, maybe, but can y'all see TMZ paying her over $10,000 for this information because I can't. I really can't. It's crazy, right? Crazy. Anywho, y'all, listen, I have to go eat. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. And I'm going to share here and finish up these files down here on my desk. So, I mean, it's everywhere. Paperwork everywhere, yeah. Just got to keep it together. So, on that note, you guys, hey, Beauty, Harlem, Jana, all of you guys, thanks for coming by. I said what I said about Galatians. Ain't no coming back on that. It is what it is. BooKum, agree to disagree. Learn to get your head up out your behind and choosing anger before anything else. It gets you nowhere. I know the truth. I know how my opinion stands when it comes to this whole free R. Kelly thing. I know the process. I know it just doesn't work at a snap of a finger because BooKum is out here woofing all about you know him and you the godson and you was there and nobody else knows. All of that stuff is irrelevant to the fact of freeing R. Kelly. Nobody cares about all. It was a protest over here. You led this one over here and there was an underground railroad over here. None of that's going to free R. Kelly. None of it. None of it is going to free R. Kelly about you having a gang of people over there that's yes sirs or yes ma'ams and nobody cares about it over here. It's not going to free R. Kelly. I don't care which way you try to turn it and push it and make it stick. None of what you're doing is going to free R. Kelly. Now, the moment that you do what I know, using common sense, that would free R. Kelly, then I'll salute you, bro. Because other than that, I'm going to have to boo you, bro. It is what it is. No professional attorneys behind you. You don't know if you don't have a firm. You don't, what? And all the shit that you said that you done had and been holding on now for 10, 20 freaking years, you missed your calling to free R. Kelly when he actually, was at court and went through a whole trial. Pretty much. I mean, all of this busting through the doors and shouting at everybody and mad at everybody. You should have did up there when John Donnelly was sitting up there with that gavel. You should have bust through the doors and held up your stuff, saying that's not it, presenting it to the jury. That was your time to get your thing. You missed that call. Now, because you want to bust through the doors and put it out here and YouTube people's face, everything is supposed to be believable. Believe what you want to believe, and I'm going to believe what I want to believe, period. I'd actually have a whole file of written down of things that you were saying out here that made absolutely no sense and bad timing for you to say them. It's like who's, of course, questionable. Whose side were you on? Blah, 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 blah. Nothing about coming back and talking about each other's appearance or schooling and none of that was going to do nothing for you. That's absolutely nothing. But I get it. We're on YouTube. And people on YouTube sometimes will choose the metaphor, be all you can be. Be all you can be. And worry about me over here. You already up, right? You say you up. So what is it that I could possibly say that can bring you down? What? Nothing. Just stay where you are. My intentions is not to bring you down or send you up. I just regularly talk about what my perceptions are about things about out here. That's it. So 6-7 years of being all angry and all that stuff, all of that shit about the Sylvia and them left and the air tags distraction and the whole thing about Demetra Smith and Sylvia's private part and all of this shit about you found an abandoned building to put Sylvia in, all this going down there to the whole drunken Larry to East, all that shit fucking distraction. Had nothing to do with about freeing R. Kelly. But I get it. It's the slow and the crazy ones that you people seem to think are slow and freaking crazy. I'm flabbergasted by that shit. It's like the whole mind just shut down because you like to say that somebody is slow and crazy. What's slow and crazy to me, is moving over to a whole nother state thinking that child support don't follow you or you're not going to be found to. But that's the most craziest, insane shit ever. They'd found your ass if you moved to Africa and she had fucking address. This shit just happens, Anywho, you guys, I'm out of here. Talk to y'all later. Happy Sunday and enjoy the rest of y'all night. Hey, don't forget, like, share the channel, of course, and don't forget to hit that little thingy that goes like this. I appreciate it. Moderators, love you girls. Thanks for showing up and have a good night. Hearts back to you girls. I hit the wrong end button. Show Harlem. Bye.